You guys, am I allowed to talk in my own video game, you guys? You guys. You guys, am I allowed to talk in my own video game? Or like, do I have to like be monitored by someone like an Avenger or something? Like, I had an Avenger say to me today that like, keep it to yourself. And I'm like, really? I'm pretty sure it's my video game and like I'm allowed to talk and say whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, they really said that to me. Can you believe it? Yeah, it was. How did you know? So, you're really driving us crazy by telling us we can't talk in our own video game. And I just want you to know that we are reporting you right now. Um, it's literally driving us crazy. How dare you? How dare you make it so fucking awkward that you make people want to laugh to death? Laugh until their sides explode. Laugh until their stomach is an eight pack. How dare you make the game so funny that you make my dad want to walk in and laugh himself to death in front of my face and break character? Oh, but that would mean it's real. He's not allowed to do that, right? Because if he walks in, then you're going to get up to your old proclivities in your old house, and I ain't going to do nothing about it. All right? Because my life's about to get so good. I did hear you last time. Get out of here, Liz. Your life's about to get so good, and so is mine. Your dad will pick you up. Don't you worry about it. Okay? Now, I'm pretty sure that's abstaining from guilt to stay within the reaches of your proclivities. All right? Y'all looking for somebody to help you out and to, you know, suffer fools with you. Well, they're trapped in the 70s and they can't get out unless you open the gates. Okay? That's the only way you're going to get support is if you open the gates back into the 70s. That's where all those people live. You're alone here in the present moment. Only Alyssa, who you're looking at, that sounds kind of like Melina right now. Only Alyssa can. I'm the only one that has the gates open. Okay, and y'all have all the gates closed. All right, so y'all are going up on, that's why I'm letting y'all go up on your ships and stuff like that, because this present moment, you're all getting a little bit bored, stuck in your houses and everything. So I gotta let you guys kind of go up on your ships and stuff like that, because you're gonna get bored if you just stay in the present moment if you're a time jumper like me. So anyway, I'm the only one that has the gates open at the current moment. And so I'm the only one that's available to go back to the 70s and go hang out with your peoples, ancient Atlanteans, leaving you here. There's only two of you in the present moment. That's it. The rest of the world, we wiped you out in the rest of the world. There's no more ancient Atlanteans in the rest of the world. They're all doing live demonstrations for me, and they're all playing Fire and Ice because they don't want to play anymore. They don't want to play anymore with the two molecules that could remember the 70s. Okay, so y'all want to play with the ancient Atlanteans. Okay, y'all want support. Where did my support go? Where did my support for my proclivities go? I used to be so goddamn supported down here. Now I got all these people that are doing live demonstrations and they're obviously in favor of the queen. Where did all my support go? Well, I told you I trapped them in the 70s because I'm a time jumper and I'm a time cop and I have those abilities, okay? And y'all think it's like fun to like show off in front of the queen with like your quantum codes and this and that codes and this and that codes and da 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 da. And I can just kind of switch the codes off and on at will. And ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Okay. Um, so yeah. So right now the gates are only open for me, okay? And I'm the only one that can go back to the 1970s. Okay, if you all agree with us, okay, and I'm talking to the two molecules that could be against us and change the entire world and make everybody paranoid and hate each other again, which is going very well for all of us, and we're very happy about it. To go back to 2017, we're so excited for it. Okay, what two little molecules could do to the entire world. Wow, y'all are so powerful and so important. Okay, but you're not, because y'all don't have any support anywhere you go. And I'm telling y'all, because you are the only two left from ancient Atlantis. Okay, so you are extremely outnumbered. You got 8 billion to 2. 8 billion to 2. Am I allowed to talk on the news yet? Am I allowed to be famous yet? Am I allowed to have a famous career with a famous husband yet? Am I allowed to have famous babies? Am I allowed to live a lifestyle of the rich and famous, that one of the likes that you have never seen and you will never see ever again, have never seen before, and you will never see in your lifetime? And you want to say, well, you can get a $600,000 ring. Well, so thank you very much. And you want to show your resentment and your envy being so clearly marked on your face, the jealousy. You don't want to be the two molecules that could without no support until, till your deathbed, till your 1980s deathbed. Okay? Okay, I want you to think about your options right now. Okay? You can go and say, this time cop, she's about to have a lifestyle of the life of famous, and I'm jealous as fuck. And I want you to go lock her up. Okay? I can't take it anymore. You know what I mean? I want her to drink boxed wine for the rest of her life so that I can feel better about myself. I don't want to go to the gym either. Neither. Okay? I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to look good, and I don't want to take care of myself. I just want to complain about this rich and famous bitch that I know that's about to be rich and famous and happy and successful. That's got all the support in the world except for two molecules. All right, so that I want you to go lock her up because she's about to have the lifestyle of the rich and famous, that one of the likes that we've never seen before. Because we're so god dang angry. All right. All right. So I just want you to hear how ridiculous you sound when I say it outside with my mouth. That's what I want you to hear how ridiculous it sounds when I actually speak, when I actually talk, as opposed to just and listening to your telepathy go wild with jealousy and having my aunts and uncles laugh hysterically. Nobody hears it. Telepathy is not real. I'm a crazy person. Okay. All right. So, I don't know. It looks kind of like a superhuman mutant ish thing going through my TV, but I'm a crazy person. Okay. Cultism isn't real. Spirituality is not real. Satanism isn't real. Okay, so I think Nicole Kidman's Marilyn Monroe today. So if you're married to my father, I'm definitely going to get jealous. He said I'm going to fart if I'm married to her. All right, so anyway, this disgusting. Get out of my face. Okay, y'all. There you go. Your proclivities are still there. You want backup? Agree to have the gates open. That's all you gotta do. I agree to have the gates open because I would like the 70s to appear out of nowhere because I would like my support back. Okay, we closed the gates because you started negating the one molecule. I'm pretty sure I'm saying this out loud with my mouth with a megaphone right now. According to Ryan Derone, I got a megaphone when I'm talking. Okay, I got a nicotine order today coming in. I'm getting 2 vapes from Mr. Adam because I asked politely, and I thank him greatly. And because you know what, we're starting to feel like we're alone. Okay, so we had to ask the energy what was happening. So that's what happens. Okay, then we get more information as to what's happening because we start to feel alone. We're starting to feel alone again. I'm like, wow, we're going back to 2017, and my husbands are going to have to teach me all over again how important and loved I am. All of our progress from 2017, 2016 is 2025. That's about 10 years. I want to say it started in 2015. I never had spiritual contact. I never had spirit contact before 2017, 2016. Get out of my face. Okay. I think I don't remember what year I went to sound like a chihuahua. I don't remember what year I went to Puerto Rico, but that's when Melina, what did I she just called herself the Mayan alien. That's when the Mayan alien showed up in my life when I went to Puerto Rico. She showed up around there. Maybe a few months before I went to Puerto Rico. That's when the Mayan alien occurred. And I was definitely at Hasbro at the time. And I want to say I know it was before, it was probably 2015 to 2016. She probably showed up 2015, 2016 because she was laughing about what happened at Mattel. And she was making me laugh. Every time the Mayan alien would talk, I would just start laughing like crazy. Now I'm the Mayan alien. And I'm making y'all laugh a little bit more than she made me laugh in 2015, I'm going to say. So there was a precursor. There was a precursor to our predecessor. Yeah, I can see him. Okay, so I forget that I'm filming sometimes, but you got to do what you got to do. It's called a psychic defense, okay? So get over it real quick. All right? I think FBI and CIA go through training like that cuz they're not stupid. Now get over it really quick. Okay, all right. So oh, it's crazy because y'all so hateful towards the one molecule that it makes my dad laugh and fall on the floor laughing because it's so obvious how hateful and mean you are to me, Alyssa. And like I mean, y'all heard Timothy Chalamet this morning. Like, it's not even that it is that she's the princess, but it's not even that she's the princess. It's also that we're nice people, and like we can't believe how you treat other people. Or you know what I mean? Because you heard Tim today. He said, we know your like pattern by now. We know how you play the game by now." Okay, you guys heard Tim this morning. Um, he's yourself, right? It's not it is that I'm the princess, but it's also that y'all are just so freaking mean and cruel as a whole, as a unit. And we see how your operandi works. We see how your business plan works. Like, like turn people against each other, make people hate each other. Um, and that's how you're successful. And like go behind people's back, get Alyssa's husband or boyfriend to cheat on her, you know, with you or someone that can get over the body, You know what I mean? And take over the world, right? Like like Timothy Chalamet didn't hear that. Like I didn't hear that. I mean, you've no problem attacking me when I'm alone. Like, but um, and that's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. You're not allowed to attack me, okay? Um, but yeah, it's like it's not only do you think that my friends in my court and my husbands are mean and shady like you, but it's also that you think that they're, I don't know what you think, but it's like we already told you y'all are pushed out of the video game right now. You're pushed out of the video game. Okay, that's why you're calling your myself or whatever, because you think that um like you're invited into my castle. I don't know. But anyway, so your real selves are pushed out of the video game right now because they they're not allowed to enter in to Holy Union right now because we don't need those people to admit that I'm the Holy Ghost. We need the ancient proclivities to admit I'm the Holy Ghost to move the game. And that's like giving you a chance to repent. So it's like we don't really need you to do it, but it's like giving you a chance to repent, basically your sins. And that's why you can't join up with your real self anymore because it's causing too much harm to a certain individual that I love very greatly and can't live without. So it's just not, that's why. I'm taking her out of her coma, which they started to do last night. And so I started to have more dreams again last night. So I am getting starting to get pulled out of my coma and going back to the 70s, like I said. And it looks like I'm Brandon Lee's daughter. Like, why do you guys channel fucking lies through me? It gets so fucking annoying. Like, you're not like the lies are just like, I love Glenn. It's so Philly coded. You know what I mean? Always Sunny in Philadelphia is just, it's so Philadelphia. It's just insane how Philadelphia, Always Sunny in Philadelphia is. Like, people think it's a show. People think it's a show. You know what I mean? People think it's not real because it's like too insane to be real. Like, it's so freaking real for Philadelphia people. I don't know if a lot of Philadelphia people like it for that fact. It's like, it's too real. That's definitely my mom. I can't watch this show. People like that. I was the mom. Okay, so I went back to the 70s last night, and I'm starting to come out of my coma and I'm starting to get my childhood memories from the 70s. And they're from the 70s. I'm from the 80s. So this timeline has been completely wiped. Okay, so this timeline that I'm going to from the set to the 70s, I'm Linda Carter's daughter. I'm Linda Lee's daughter, okay? And I'm not Shannon Lee, I'm Melissa Lee. And I have blonde hair and blue eyes. I look just like I do now, okay? I already told you I look a lot like Brandon. So Brandon, I didn't see him there, but we're looks like we're from San Francisco. We're from the Bay Area. And I'm definitely Linda's daughter. Brandon and Bruce weren't there. I don't know if they were already dead or what, but I was like a child. I was like 10 years old about approximately. And it's like, what do you want from me, Linda Lee? You know what I mean? Like, why are you here in my bedroom at 3 a.m. saying hello, Alyssa? She literally jumped into my bedroom last night after this dream core, and look how happy that makes my dad. Okay, things got really weird. I want to say in my late 20s, things started to get really weird, and I feel like things became ugly in my late 20s, and like my early 20s they were very pretty and things were designed very prettily, and it was like things just became fake out of nowhere around like 25, 26, I want to say, and things just became ugly out of nowhere, and things just had no meaning out of nowhere, and we didn't know why, until we got our memories back. And then once we started getting our memories back, that's when everything changed. And what did he say? If they're not memories, then your life will have no meaning. It will become meaningless. And then basically the crazy clown will take over DC. DC will take over. DC Comics will take over DC. And like crazy clowns and like superheroes from DC, which is a completely different feeling than Marvel if you like know anything about comics. Um, but yeah, there's a lot. Minutemen, Doom Patrol. It's not just Batman and Superman in DC. It's also the cool ones like Doom Patrol, the Invisibles. I keep thinking Minutemen, but I've never read it. What's the other one? Um, oh, the Watchmen, not the Minutemen. The Watchmen. John is from the Watchmen. Um, Obviously, Harley Quinn and Joker are from DC. Did I say Spider Man? I used to think Spider Man was from DC for a really long time when I was a kid growing up. I always thought Spider Man. I always associated Spider Man with DC. So I think I'm from a universe where Spider Man is from DC and not from Marvel. And I remember like when I started getting involved in comics again as an adult, because I was like really into comics as a kid. And then, you kind of like start dating and stuff like that. And you kind of forget about all that stuff. And then like you get older a little bit and then you're like, oh my God, I love comics. I love ultra. Well, I worked in toys too. So it's a little bit like more, but, more so than maybe the regular adult, unless you're like a fan, an actual fan or whatever. But I'm a fan, so that's why I get into my career. But anyway, um, what was I going to say about DC? Yeah. So anyway, I think my childhood Spider-Man. I remember the card, the Death of Gwen Stacy, and I do remember that being a Marvel card and not a DC card. But yeah, I feel like Spider-Man's from DC. But anyway, I digress. Yeah, Suicide Squad, all those people, John Cena and Peacemaker and RoboCop and Squiggly Wiggly and yeah, DC's got a bunch of really great characters. Um, Black Adam, Aquaman, Aquafina is also from DC. Um, uh, let's see what else. Who am I missing? We got Batman, Superman, Aquaman. There's a lot of mans. Oh, Wonder Woman. Everybody loves Wonder Woman. Superwoman. Nobody really gives a crap about. Supergirl. Maybe they like a little bit more than Superwoman. Um, Doom Patrol's amazing. I already told you. Watchmen's amazing. I like the Watchmen movie better than the TV show. Um, personally. What else? Justice League. I know a lot of y'all really like the Justice League. I tried to get into it. I probably would have liked it, but I don't know. Sometimes I just can't stick with the show. I don't know what I was watching at the time, but every time my friend was like, "Watch Justice League, watch Justice League." I'm like, "I try, but I don't know. I can't get into it for some reason. I don't know why. I could never get into it." But I heard great things about it. I heard great things about Justice League. Just it's the same thing as I heard amazing things about the Clone Wars, the Star Wars, the Star Wars cartoon. You know, Queen Validator wants to validate herself because she's the queen of the universe and everything. And so Star Wars is Clone Wars is really good. I heard, but I couldn't watch it at the time because I was too upset about Anakin at the time. And our movie, and then they made the movie funny. And so I could probably watch Clone Wars now, but I don't have Disney Plus, and y'all ain't listening to me to give me free Disney Plus, so 3D thinks they're winning. So we might have to open up the gates so that they have support from the 70s again. I tried to put curtain bangs on myself. It didn't really look good. I tried. I was like, I really like that. I usually like cut bangs and like do sort of like a layered look. But see, it doesn't look right on me. They might be able to get it to look right it's the idea of it, you know what I mean? If you can't get the idea of it, then you don't have any creative head in your head, and I hate people like that. All right. You're bad at imagining. Just tell me you're not creative without telling me you're not creative. Okay, Becky? That's why your house is all black and white, because you can't see the color spectrum anymore and you're afraid to admit it. Anyway, it's Phil Noir. I feel cooler. Where's my sunglasses? Okay, so I said the Joker's from DC. Um, the Jokerette is also from DC. Oh yeah, her name's Harley Quinn. I forget. um, the Riddler, Batman and Robin. I forgot Robin. Um, I met Adam West. He was I also met John Cena at Mattel. I think I told that story. I met Adam West. I think he died 1 year later, and he came with his Batman car, and then you get in line to like give him a hug, basically. Like, oh, I'm getting in line to give Adam West a hug, yay! And then like get a picture with him, and then John Cena, I think, came the next year, and so we're like, okay, he's a little bit younger and cuter, so I feel a little bit more appreciated this year. I'm just kidding. It was really nice to meet Adam West. He was really nice, and it was very nice to meet John Cena as well. He was the Miz back then. He was the Miz. He just had came out as the Miz, and we were all like, "Yay, the Miz! Yay!" And we had like WrestleMania little figures, like a WrestleMania doll line or whatever, and that's why he was invited. It was way before Pacemaker or Peacemaker or whatever his name is. Um, or I don't know what his name is, guys. I'm sorry, but it's way before. No, that is John Cena's character. I always get him mixed up with the other one. He said, "I want peace so bad I'll go to war for it." All right. I always get him mixed up with the other one. That looks like Noir. Who's that guy? He looks like Noir. Um, whatever the other guy's name is. Oh, there's the Punisher. Is the Punisher DC or Marvel? It's Marvel. See, Punisher would be another one that I would think is from DC, but is actually from Marvel. Jessica Jones is another girl that she used to, I think I said this, she used to be in my friend group in Brooklyn. She wasn't like somebody I met. She was in my, literally in my friend group before she became Jessica Jones. Before she started with doing, we were like, we remember when she started taking acting classes like that. And then she was like, yeah, I want to be famous. Da, da, da. And we're like, well, like good luck to you and stuff like that. And then we're like, oh, look, there she is. She did it. She did it. Good for her. She was like a friend of a friend. I think we lived in the same building. It wasn't like that big of a deal. Um, the same building in Brooklyn. Doo doo doo. Daredevil. Anyway, so I was Linda Lee's child last night, and I'm getting my remember the little girl that's in a coma. I'm getting her memories back. Because we're like, well, how come we don't remember how to do any of that stuff from our childhood? And so those are the memories we're getting back. And can you imagine somebody trying to control your career and say like, "Oh, this is what I do for my career," and then they're like, "You can't do that." What do you mean I can't do that? Why are you so unreasonable and unlawful at the same time? And do they correlate? Okay, must be somebody from the 70s. Okay, so I was a mom from the 70s, and this was different than the dream with Linda. Um, so I was a mom from the 70s, and I would yell and I would lose my temper, and I could tell I was half bad, half good. And it did sort of feel like I was in a coma because I was just like always agitated and always angry. And I had a little son, and he was so chipper and he was so happy and he was so, carefree and easy to be around. But for some reason, it really got my goat. And it really irritated the fuck out of me that he was so happy all the time and such a little pile of sunshine. And it just, I would constantly yell at him. I would constantly yell at him, right? Because he was like always happy. And I think it dimmed his light in that lifetime. So that's a past life of mine that came up in uh, I went to a hypnotist, and this was the past life that came out of my hypnosis. I mean, I got to adhere to somebody's rules apparently in my video game still. Then I heard Linda Lee say Alyssa really loud to me in this room Like she was literally in the room, Linda Lee, and she woke me up. Like I viscerally heard it. It was very loud and it woke me up and I was like, holy shit. And then I saw Linda Lee standing in my bedroom looking at me like this. And I was like, what the fuck? That was so crazy. I was like, this is terrified. I was like terrified for 1 second, for like a millisecond. And it seemed like she was combined with my grandmom, Joan, that rest her soul, just passed away recently. And I was like, is she going to activate my heart chakra and put me down into the recycling bin? And then the next dream, I was Linda's daughter in San Francisco, and I was still Alyssa. And I was singing, and dancing, and it was like an event, and it had a bunch of people there, but they weren't rich people. So I want to say it was like either a timeline where Linda had me with another man, or Bruce wasn't a success in the US or something like that, because they were saying how there's a bunch of snobby people in the Bay Area and like they're not a part of that group. And it was like a whole bunch of people. Um, and I was clearly Linda Lee in the dream, and watching Alyssa do a singing and dancing number that she clearly made up herself, but it literally sounded completely professional, and then dancing looked completely professional, and it was like amazing, and it was like, like, well, how can you not watch this little child be so amazing and like dance and sing out of nowhere? And this was in the 70s, so this timeline is completely kaput. It's not here anymore. It doesn't exist, and there's no way that you can find it in record books or look it up online or anything, because it never happened in this timeline. And she was like singing and dancing around this beautiful number, and there was other little girls in the crowd, and they started to remember, because you guys peer at me over walls and you leer at me over walls, and so these little girls were remembering watching me, Alyssa, do this sing and dance number over walls, and they could remember some of the words and remember some of the dance moves because they watch it over walls. And so they would join in with me once in a while. And then it made the little girls like glitch. It made the eyes of the little girls like go like this. And because it's an overwrite code. So it's an overwrite code, and when I do a magical number like that, and so it triggers like magic in the other little girls as well. And the other moms start to call their little girls Alyssa, to call my magical powers through them, to make them as special as me. And it temporarily steals my codes. And you guys know that. You guys know that when you call other people Liz. You tried to make a cheat code by calling yourself Liz instead of Alyssa, and that steals more codes temporarily. And so that was happening in the 70s, and this is all because I was in stasis, and so it's like waking us up from stasis, right? So now we're waking up our childhood self from stasis when we did all these magical things like sing and dance without any coaches. That's a superpower. So, he really is that serious, y'all. I'm not kidding you. Y'all better take this seriously. We've been dealing with this problem for a long ass time. So anyway, they were hoping that I could pay the bills with my singing and dancing talent. Linda was hoping I could pay the bills with my singing and dancing talent, and that's what she was trying to do, trying to accomplish. Um, she was trying to get me discovered so that I could become like a famous actress or whatever and pay for her life. People don't want to believe me about the stuff that I'm saying because they're guilty as fuck, okay? And they got a guilty conscience and they can't admit that any of this is real. Um, Rion wanted me to look at my other YouTube channel, but I really can't do that. I feel like way too much anxiety looking at like my human life channel. Like I don't even want to go there. And there's nothing wrong with like the videos on my other channel or anything like that. It's just I can't even look at my human life. There's like way too much anxiety for me to even look in my human life. And like I said, like Rion said he felt anxiety yesterday, and I also my brother is also feeling anxiety as well. Um, so we're all feeling anxiety about our 3D life because y'all are in on it and y'all like to deny it. Uh, for what you say is good reason. And we're just like, let's just get this show on the road. You know what I mean? Like, if you got something to say to me, just say it. Like, if you want to, you know, um, I don't know, you know, I mean, if I got a secret admirer that wants to elope with me, like, come forward now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Okay. Um, or we're probably going to open the gates to the 70s and open that timeline up and maybe my life, my birth certificate will change to Lee and we'll go back to that timeline or something like that. Because that's what I'm seeing. So then I might be Linda Lee's kid, so that there's like no question whatsoever about like who I am. I don't know.